Welcome to Personality Check. It is about personalities and their stories. I am Abdullateef Isa. My guest today is Chief Sulaiman Oladepo Bolarinwa. Chief Bolarinwa is an old soldier and community leader. Chief Bolarinwa, how are you doing today, sir?
Thank you very much. I'm fine.
Who is Sulaiman Oladepo Bolarinwa? Take a moment to introduce yourself and share some details about your background and interests.
I am Alhaji Chief Sulaiman Oladepo Bolarinwa, son of late Chief Sulaiman Bolarinwa of Bolarinwa family, Ojagbo. First son of Alhaja Humo Ani Aduni Mokodola Bolarinwa of the same address of blessed memory.
Tell us about your academic background.
Good. I will simply tell you, I attended Ahmadiyya College Agege, now Awaru Islam College Agege. I entered in 1960 and came out in 1965. I was not opportune to go into any tertiary institution for financial reason. The 5 years I spent in secondary school was what I can call struggling of a poor boy of poor financial background. I was able to complete that 5 years because of my mother's ability to struggle. She was just a mini trader. Though my father was ambitious, we have a polygamous family, having many other children to train. So I, being the first son, later I left primary school in 1958. I went to a prep school, Northwest in 1959, from where that was Igboling Grammar School.
Okay.
In the preparatory classes, we were many in the preparatory class. And many of us, at least about 90% of us, entered Igboling Grammar School. But because Igboling Grammar School was a new secondary school then, having to spend 6 years before doing the school start, and Ahmadiyya College, I was reliably informed I had to spend 5 years. Okay. So I opted to go to Ahmadiyya College. Okay. That is my second. I am not a graduate, but I was opportune to enjoy, can I say, Army scholarship. That was why I was always one of the good program of General Kubugawan during his tenure. Later, after the Civil War, any soldier who had the intention of furthering his education had very many avenues to do so. I was personally enlisted into the Nigerian Army in 1969 because the Army required fairly educated soldiers to man the pay corps. It was a special enlistment to the Nigerian Army pay corps. That happened in August. They were brought down to Ibadan here, top battalion for training. Being special enlistment, the whole bulk of us were returned to Lagos, where the Army had the intention of training us further in Corps Training School. They call it NAPC, Nigeria Army Pay Corps Training School there. So they started training us in accounting, military accounting. In fact, actually, luckily enough, the war ended. Some of us were posted to the war front, but when the war ended, I can say that terminated the ambition of most of us to go and fight the Civil War. And that was why I say General Gawan had a very good plan how to allow soldiers to live with. We were further trained. And first I was posted to the garrison in Lagos. In 1972, they requested for those who would further their education at the Nigerian Army School of there was a sort of a reorganization of institution into sort of a polytechnic. That school was given what do I call it?
Accreditation?
Accreditation, thank you. Okay. Was given accreditation. So anybody who has some subjects at the GC schools that I had to go further to higher
institution.
So I was opportune to go back to the school for 18 months course. At the end of which, along with the reorganization of the army, some of us who passed out from the school were posted to the officers' pay corps. It was established in 1975.
Yeah.
1975. From the officers' pay office. It was a commandeered building, not a military barrack. Along Kodo Road, Yapan Hood. That was where the officers' pay office was. We have some other offices like that in the outskirts of Lagos. So there I had the opportunity of working with the commander of that unit, then Major Kofi Fidelis. See, the man I never knew was watching everybody. I was deployed to the admin office. I was deployed to the admin office of that office, of which most of the secretariat duties. But I could say I was the only trained clerk. I was the only experienced clerk
in that office.
In the admin office.
Okay.
And the commander was watching. One day he came, started interviewing us. What is your complaint? GC. Because I was writing any letter going out, if any letter comes from the army headquarters, the chief clerk will push it to me to write, to reply. If any letter comes from any other unit, the chief clerk will push it to me. The commander was this boy. So he came into that down to interview almost everybody. Here he discovered that even the chief clerk was empty-headed. I was the only one, knowledge I have, moving everybody out, including the chief clerk himself. So I never knew he was interested in me. Later, I was posted out of the admin to the accounts. Before I joined the army, I was working in a company where I was in the accounting department of that company, private company, not government company. So, experience up to there at the account section too. That man was monitoring me. I never did. You see, all this period I was talking, right from the time after recruitment, where I was special, I said I was that our batch was specially enlisted, of which our qualification before we joined the army was to be rewarded. But those ones that were not specially enlisted, they manipulated the outcome of the promotion, which was given to specially enlisted soldiers. They tampered with it, of which what would have been my rank on enlistment was tampered with. I discovered that later, but there was something I could do. Luckily for me, my guy was posted from 3 div to 2 div to meet me. Fine. He saw me. I was posted to military hospital. From there, we moved to Odogbo. So I was at Odogbo, pay clerk, section leader. Later, there was reorganization that those people that are above me were posted away. Then a woman was posted to was at the military hospital, the commandant of the school. My oga came as Adafa, that is, as an director of Army Finance. Then Sonny Abacha was posted
to that same
to 2 div as the GOC. So my oga was working directly with him. The woman who was the commandant of the military hospital, officers they meet, and all those people who are always who didn't like anybody more knowledgeable than them. Anybody who is above them in education, they will continue to press them down. I was doing my job, but not knowing that my guy has recommended me to the woman. That boy, you see, you don't need any commission officer. You don't need any commission officer. So I was working with the woman. One day the woman interviewed me said, yeah, God recommended you to me. And I believe and I've discovered that you are equal to the task. Well, there was general posting. I was not posted. But later, those people who on top, they know where they are going. Oga was posted back to Lagos. I was go and meet him to wave him bye-bye. I said, Bola, what do I do for you? I said, well, the ball is in your court. Okay, give me your particulars. Collecting my particulars. Or he told the woman that he was going to take up an appointment as deputy commander of the corps in Lagos, and that he would like to work with me. I heard from Madam that your guy says he's taking a sim. Bye-bye. Meanwhile, somebody who was my colleague, but he was opportune to be given short service commission, has just come from NTA as a second lieutenant. Judge that he was posted to the village. So Oga, before Oga left, posted him to the village. So he told Madam that they are equals. Only this one was lucky enough to be commissioned. They are together. They were trained together. We attended the same course together. So I left George. I went with Oga. Oga had resumed already, but I had not been going on leave. I told Madam to give me the accumulated leave. I was given about 6 weeks. I was given my pass. I left in December. I had to resume in February.
Okay.
I resumed in Lagos. Immediately I resumed in Lagos, February, not quite a week, we had an announcement that Buhari has been toppled. So Babangida came in as head of state. So either he was chief of army staff when Buhari was head of state. So that was why we came to know that Babangida became head of state. Sani Abacha was posted to Lagos as chief of army staff. So that was why we knew that they had made a plan to topple Buhari's government. Eventually, so the job given to me was that of security board of the chief of army staff. Okay. That is the eye of the chief of army staff. In fact, it was a very big appointment. I had as a staff sergeant, I had a very low rank. But my office was out of band to all ranks. When you see big men come to me, they came to my office with, look at me with high esteem. Oga saw it to my promotion to the rank of warrant officer. But I spent about 8 years on that seat. I had the intention that immediately I leave that seat, I am going home.
You want to leave the military?
I want to leave the army. But what happened? Oga was deputy commander for a very long time. Later, Oga was posted to the budget. Oga called me and said, where do you want to go? I said, better return to Uganda. Oga asked them to post me to Uganda. I had to come back to Uganda. Okay. And I was going to where I was trained, top battalion. Now then 244 battalion as a paymaster. So, the intention was already in me that maybe I left that seat. I won't spend 6 months. When I resumed at Makola, one thing marveled, the commander I met there. Those who are doing their pay, all the pay, 5 years account, he didn't balance the account. We had Colonel Sheo Musa as the commander of the 244 battalion. Auditors came. They want to pay master, what do? These auditors, he said, if you want to write, that they never balance their account
Hmm.
for 5 years. I said, "Okay, don't worry." Within 3 days, collected or I opened cash book for those 3 years, entered those no, 5 years rather, and balanced the accounts
Hmm.
and submitted the account to the auditors
Within 3 days.
within 3 days.
Hmm.
But when the auditors came, when they checked with the vouchers, everything balanced, they wrote a recommendation. Because if they had written their comment, but it will have caused a lot of havoc for those who had worked in that office who are balancing their account. The man was there. I met him in the guard room. He's one of those people that not enough serious. I bailed him out. I go to the officers. I bailed him out. News came from that side. Well, I had an ambition of leaving the
Within
army
6 months.
at the army headquarters at Odogbo. They have moved from gate there. That office in at gate
Okay.
was army
Government
headquarters.
house.
Two thief headquarters. The Odogbo Barrack army headquarters at Odogbo was ready. They moved to
Okay.
Odogbo. So I had to meet the Adapa. We were all together and they all know me. Say, okay, I want to go. Say, why? Well, I went, no, I want to go. But he said, I should go and come back next week. About 3 times, okay, I want to go. This enough. They don't put my name. I didn't tell Sheikh Musa. At the end of the month, letter just came from Army Quarters, Lagos. My name was there on the list of those going through Oshodi. We have. That is where they prepare us to civilian life. That was how I get Nigeria in 1992.
So before you even leave the army, you must be prepared for
Of course,
civilian
yes.
life.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Oh, yes.
Before you joined the army,
Yes.
were you interested in military? Or it was just luck?
No, my father was a soldier. I was born,
Okay.
right? My father was serving Second World War when I
Okay.
was born in
Okay.
1944.
What are some of the biggest challenges you faced during your time in the military?
I faced a lot of challenges. So in fact, all praise should go to God Almighty. Very, very. In fact, I believe in the efficacy of prayer.
Hmm.
Yes, I believe in the efficacy of prayer. A lot of things. I can't. But one thing I will never forget is this. Um, one day, while I was at the garrison, Lagos garrison,
Okay.
I was posted to Afin store. That is sort of supermarket. What do we do? What is our assembly? It's also where soldiers can come in and buy provisions. We sell drinks. There goes. When I told you I was working in the private company,
Before leaving for the military.
so I had the experience. We write invoices, we write vouchers, we write this and that.
The store was owned by the military.
The military Afin store.
Okay.
So one day, Azan Usman Kansina was the chief of army staff. He went to go on course. Oversee commando. Muritala Mohammed was commander of Signal Corps. So what they want to do send off for him, this polo club. So my boss said he wrote some collect some things, beer, loaded it in Land Rover. I wrote the invoice. They said I should carry the invoice and go with the boys who will offload it at the polo ground Ikoyi. As soon as we enter polo ground, my boys jumped down. I came down from the front. I was looking for the officer who will sign the invoice. See me with Brigadier General Mutalade. I gave him salute. Say, yes, thank you. Come here. You stay here. They offloaded the land, all the drinks and everything with hot drinks, champagne, whiskey, carrying cartons. He said, the rest of you can go, you stay here. The invoice I was carrying, he said, he called one officer, said, you sign this. The officer signed. He gave the invoice, I said, I should stay with the drinks. They put it in the store. About half of this place. I said, they said they should give me. Muritala gave them instruction that the food that we eat, everything must be meeting me on that spot there. He gave them instruction. Anything they serve must be brought to me there. When he went to go and pray, sorry, he will off his shoe to my store and go and pray. Ask me. Off his shoe, go and pray. Maghrib. After Maghrib, he went to go and change. He brought Abdullateef. When Abdullateef wanted to go and change, he brought one captain. Mujala told me that all those officers I'm working with are the ones that can give order if I give out anything to them. You can imagine that kind of person. So, all those boys who came to perform this traditional, all those boys who used to tie something around their Atiloku dancers, they came to dress in front of my store. One boy came to join me to assist me. Out of the boys from the Brigade of Guards. I don't want to be there. At least if I want to go and use myself, somebody there. Yes. The boy joined me. That boy knows the type of drink that Azam Usman Kasuna. Okay? She any champagne. Champagne. Yes. Let us reserve these 2 cartons of champagne. We won't give it to anybody. Yes. As you have it, when it is about 1:45. Azam Usman Kasuna came to us. We saluted, said, sir, I have your drink, sir. We have to take you have champagne. Oh, thank you, my boy. Give me 4 bottles. Say, sir, we have to give me a cat. Okay, cat. Now, God Almighty, I will never forget that night. No, visitors came, we are giving beer surplus of this. But already with me, I have been overfed. Gum, anything, sugar, anything, bring it to me. So, the boy said, okay, what can you go say? But me, I will take champagne. Yeah, you have to mix champagne with white tops. 3 different type of housings. So when it was about 2:30 between 2003, breeze of Ikoyi, I slept off. I using my boot, my bed, and everything. I just lie down in front of the store. By the time I woke up, around to 5, the store was empty. Like nothing inside the store. All the things. They have looted them. Soldiers have looted. They are nothing in the carton again. Everything. I couldn't stand in my bed. I laid by my shoe, my boot, my cap. They have matched my cap. Jungle hat. What happened to me? Do I wait till dawn when people will start to say I should come and account for what they say? I just left that place. There was a petrol station very close to outside the gate of
That's Polo.
All the visitors that came, they are already leaving. One Air Force officer, I saw him drove out. He went to refill it. Life was good that time, to 5. the petrol station was already. I just went to meet him. They were loading his. I said, "Sir, please, can you assist me? My wife will be worried." When you hear say, "My wife will be worried," I said, "So, man, what happened?" I said, "My wife wasn't aware of my whereabouts because I never had the opportunity of telling him I've been giving assignments since yesterday." So why do you? I said, "I live at Papa." So, and I'm going towards Ikeja. I said, "Okay, don't worry, don't worry." That night, I believe God Almighty, because if I didn't get somebody to pick me from that spot, by the time I move from that petrol station, go to the junction, I will look at the like the ocean, marina side. I will have to continue to trek from marina, possibly through to Balogun, and maybe around that time we will get bus that will carry me to Papa. That man picked me from there. They have just opened that bridge, Eco Bridge.
Okay.
I was directing the man. Say, climb this way, go pass through here, go by the left, Ijora, climb again, down to Apapa, Ajigunlesa boundary. Say, gentlemen, are you here? Okay, I say, I'm okay here at boundary. Okay, that was around 5:45. The man dropped me. You see, the car was air conditioned. So immediately I entered, I didn't feel anything. But by the time I came out, oh my God, it was breeze blowing me here and there. Some Hausas who are selling suya at the bamboo, those who will have, when they saw me come down, it was as if something say, go and attack those people there. As soon as I was marching, they left me, they ran away. I said, whack. I moved down. Back, down to. It's like, say, when you are coming here, after how long, where do you live?
Around this area.
Around this, okay. It's like when you are coming from Bolonshogo. Let's say from Bolonshogo you have building, but maybe you pass Sioya there. It's all, not really bush, but the canal here, this side, some houses around here. I marched through to enter our street. When I reach our house, I knock the door. Back. A friend of mine said, Babunke. Oh, my wife had been. I don't if that woman ever slept. They opened the door for me. I went straight into the backyard. I started vomiting. I said, just pour water on me with the uniform. Just pour water on me. I started pouring it on my head. I didn't know when I slept. I slept away. When I opened my eyes and checked my time, it was about 9 in the morning. Got up, removed my uniform, went to shower, entered and slept again. Before I started telling people what happened, it was the people my friends who begged my wife to prepare tea for me. And I said, better thank God. Otherwise, if I had gone into the water, it's possible. One could just at the marina, you can sleep and enter water. You might say soldier drown. That was one thing that I will never forget.